From now, if you try and access stuff online that shouldn't be seen by children, you could be presented with a screen like this, a proper age verification check. And if you've got an under 18s account on social media, your feed should now be full of far less harmful content. Why is this all happening? Can this system really help protect children online? And does it work? I'm Mickey Carroll, and I've been covering the build-up to these landmark rules for the internet being enforced. I've been speaking to families who have lost their children after they were exposed to harmful content.
He should be 18 on Sunday, and he's not.
I've asked the government and regulators how confident they are this will work.
The safety of children online is going to take the biggest step forward since the creation of the internet.
I've tried out the age verification tech that the government's relying on to block children accessing harmful content.
I look creepy, but I look like a real person.
And I've even watched ethical hackers stress testing this new system.
Just got around it.
Now the day has come, but it's not as simple as the government just flicking a switch. Ofcom is now enforcing its children's codes, which have been coming since the Online Safety Act was made law in 2023. Among other measures, this means websites that have specific adult content on them, like pornography, need to age check their users, and those with violent or harmful content need to protect under 18s. In their simplest form, the codes are designed to protect children online, mainly by blocking young people's access to harmful content and by removing illegal content from the internet. We're going in to see Peter Kyle, who is the tech minister. Now, in the run-up to these codes being introduced, he's been pretty insistent that they're going to make a dramatic change for children using the internet. So I want to find out why he is so convinced.
It's important because this is a moment where the safety of children online is going to take the biggest step forward since the creation of the internet. And finally, we are having platforms who are having to verify people's age before they access material. And there will be very steep sanctions if material finds its way into children's hands and it is inappropriate.
It's all well and good saying Ofcom is going to regulate the internet, but in practice, that's actually really hard. So we're here to talk to the regulator themselves and find out exactly what they plan to do.
So in practice, there are a range of technologies that companies can use to put the age checks in place. So examples are things like facial age estimation, which we're all very used to using when we open our phones, for example. Other examples are things like mobile network operator checks or checks based on email or open banking.
How confident are you that Ofcom is going to be able to regulate the internet in all its hugeness?
Well, we know this is a huge challenge, and there are an awful lot of services that are need to make changes under this law. With that, we will then enforce the regime, so where companies don't come into compliance, we won't hesitate to take enforcement action, which can include significant fines. In addition, if we need to build on our rules through talking to children and seeing how their experiences change, we will be ready to do that as well.
So how does all of this actually work? Well, I'm in central London and we're going to go and get a look behind the scenes at this new age verification technology. There are lots of systems now being used in the UK, like Persona, OneID or Yoti, that are helping companies verify their users' ages. Yoti uses AI to estimate people's ages, while others are using bank details or government IDs. So we are here at Yoti. I'm with Matt. He's going to show me exactly how this tech works and give us a bit of a demonstration, and also see if we can trick it. Let's see whether it thinks I am under 18. And then you're into like more adult content.
More adult style games.
Yeah, of course, which is exactly what this is for. Joe is 15. There you go. Doesn't meet the required age. Talk to me about what just happened.
We took the image, we break it down into pixels. That's analysed against a machine learning model that we've built with millions of images. It's making sure you're a real person in front of the camera, that you're not a photo, a phone image, a mask, or anything like that, because that would be the immediate thing you might try. I'd go, oh, Dad, I love you. Can I have a picture of you, please? Yeah, okay, fine. So I've just got a selfie of myself. And then if we try and use this to get into the over 18 lobby.
Oh yeah, it's working a bit better. Ah!
Not real face.
So what's it done there? How does it know that? Right.
It's looking at the reflection of the light on your face, slight movements, the background, whether it's a real background. That's a ultimately a 2D image, right?
Can we try one of your really good
Yeah, please do.
masks?
Yep.
Great, okay. Which one is hardest for
The
us?
hardest one is that one there.
This guy here.
This mask costs £700.
Okay, so this is like you really, really want to watch something
You
you're not
really,
supposed to watch.
yeah.
I'm going to try and get into the over 18 lobby. I don't understand how it knows that. I look creepy, but I look like a real person. A creepy real person. But I'm very surprised.
That it knew that I wasn't. One of people's biggest concerns is about what will happen to their data. And actually, what will happen to the images I've used for this specific trial.
You do a selfie and we tell you that we delete the image. Now, you might worry that we might be lying, but we would be out of business contractually with companies or with the regulator if we basically promised to all of those people that we were deleting their image instantly and then were found later not to be doing that.
On the 25th, will a teenager be able to pretend that they are an adult and get into a website they're not supposed to be getting into?
What we do know, again, our liveness is tested independently. The very high percentage of people who try to do that will fail.
I have to admit, I am surprised. Before we went in, I was talking to our producer, Francesca, and we were both fairly convinced it would be easy to trick this system. And now I am less convinced. The fact that they had silicone masks and photorealistic masks that they'd already tried to fool the system with and it didn't work. Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens, but I'm more convinced than when I went in. But we're going to try and trick it anyway.
It's very early on Ofcom Codes Day, as we've been dubbing it between ourselves, and I'm here with two ethical hackers. We're going to see just how quickly these two can bypass those systems.
Just got around it. Instantly.
What happens when you try to get on one of the main websites that's now got this age verification in place?
It did ask me for an age verification, so I tried to kind of bypass it.
Chris, you've got a setup here that is running some software that is easily accessible and it's well known. And tell me what happened when you tried to get on exactly the same URL as this.
So when I went to get on, I was taken straight into pornographic stories, and I had a similar result on multiple websites. I was able to get straight into the website, which I won't show for camera purposes, but I had no age verification at all. And the difference was just in how you access the internet a bit differently, that interface.
One of the criticisms I keep on hearing about these new age verification systems is that they're just going to push young people to deeper, darker parts of the internet. Marcus Johnston is a lawyer who specialises in sexual crimes and is worried about just that.
You're not going to be able to stop teenagers watching pornography. You've now got children as young as 8, 9 years old accessing pornography. You've got so many adults who watch pornography. Their parents may well be watching pornography. The schools, the colleges they're at, everybody's watching pornography. So they will want access to that. It will result in criminalisation of more young people because they will want to find that material, and if it's not available on the easy access sites where they might find it now, then they will go on to the illegal sites.
How many users are on the dark web?
You can try to estimate them, but what we're seeing already is increases from the United Kingdom going over to the dark web.
In your kind of experiences as an ethical hacker, do you think this ban is going to push more people towards the dark web?
The way the ban is currently instituted, yes, I do.
By 10 a.m. on the day these rules started being enforced, so they'd only been in place for 10 hours, an extra 66,000 people from the UK had started using the dark web. And searches for online tools that would help people bypass verification also rocketed overnight, and those searches happened to coincide with people searching for pornography online. One of the other big criticisms of these new codes is that it doesn't necessarily stop teenagers just sharing harmful content between each other. People have been calling for action like this for years. The consequences of being able to see anything on the internet are very real. Ellen Room's son, Jules, killed himself when he was just 14 years old. It appears he'd been watching harmful content online.
Jules was incredibly smart, funny, but had a very quick wit. He should be 18 on Sunday, and he's not. And that's particularly hard.
She doesn't just want changes to algorithms or age blocks on pornography. She wants the minimum age for all social media users to be raised to 18 years old.
I think at 16 you've still got pretty innocent young children watching things they shouldn't see. And we're saying porn sites are 18, yet you can go on social media at 16 and see things like that you shouldn't be seeing. How are those? Where's the similarity in those rules? It's ridiculous.
Children's codes are designed to put young people's safety at the heart of the internet. Ofcom spoke to young people and their families all over the country before they made these rules, but we want to hear it direct from the source.
If you're going into an online space and you're expecting kind of simplicity and everything to be nice and tame, you're kind of going in quite naive, because it's a very, very malicious place in the grand scheme of it, because there's that many people on there that it's really hard to filter all of the content.
I don't think banning it as a whole would be a good idea, because that also restricts people from being able to have that communication outside of school and stuff.
Some of the young people we spoke to weren't convinced the new rules would actually change anything though.
I think that it will definitely stop some people, but I think if people are that determined to have an over 18s account, nothing's really going to stop them.
Peter Kyle, while celebrating the new rules, is realistic.
I am not telling every parent out there that come the end of this week, every single corner of the internet is going to be safe for their kids to be on, or that some content won't slip through. But what I am saying is I am expecting a step change in children's experience that they have online on these platforms. They will notice the difference.